Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to 10 things that will shock you about Southern USA. Now, this is going to be interesting because I've never been to the South. I've been to the US a few times, Florida twice, Baltimore once as well. Was it Baltimore? No, Maryland once. I think Baltimore is in Maryland. But anyway, I've never been to the South. I really want to go. I just to experience, the whole Southern hospitality thing and to try Southern food as well. But I just don't know much about the South. Like, I don't know if there's, different types of behaviors that you would be expected to do versus being, somewhere like New York or California. I don't know if there's like different customs, maybe, how you comport yourself, how you speak to people. And Walter's World does a great job of breaking these sorts of things down, explaining them in a really cool, really succinct way. And I just thought it'd be a good idea for me to start building my knowledge base, because I definitely will be visiting the South very soon, maybe even as early as like this year, in the few months that we have left of the year. So this should be really interesting. Let's do it.
Hey fellow travelers, or as they say down here in the South, hey y'all. Mark here with Walter's World, and we're in the hostess city of Savannah, Georgia. This is literally Jocelyn's favorite city in the entire world, okay? And it's definitely my favorite city to come to in the South of the US. This place is fantastic.
It looks
and the thing is, the South in general is wonderful, from the food to the people and so much more, and you'll be shocked about how much you love it, and some things that drive you a little nuts. And so what we have for you today are kind of 10 things that shock tourists and travelers when they come to the South. Because your perception of the South from TV is probably going to be a little different than some of the things you actually see when you come here. So let's get started. Now, the first thing that shocks tourists when they come here is the Southern hospitality. Yes, it is truly Southern hospitality here. The people, they are friendly, they are helpful, they do go out of their way to help you, they will show you where the sights are, they will recommend the best restaurants, they will recommend the hidden gems. The people here are fantastic. They're friendly, they're helpful, they use their manners. I mean, it's crazy. I live in the North and I come down here and people are like, yes ma'am, yes sir, yes please. Everyone calls me Mr. Mark, and my wife is Miss Jocelyn, and my boys, they do their Southern best. They say yes ma'am, yes sir, and everyone is like that here. And it really makes it a really fantastic experience with this politeness and this Southern hospitality, and you just want to come back. She's like, dang it, those people are so nice there. And then the second thing that's going to...
Guys, anyone who's not from the South who's watching this, that has visited the South, is this true? Is the Southern hospitality and politeness and cordialness, is that true? I hope it is, because I like it when people are nice and polite and stuff. I don't mind being nice and polite. I think it's a great thing.
Shock you when you come down here is, look, just because people have accents doesn't mean they're stupid, okay? A lot of people have the stereotype that people in the South are dumb. Oh, you have an accent, you must not have any education. They have some really good schools down here. People are intelligent down here. Just because they have an accent doesn't mean they're stupid. And that's one thing. When I talk to Southerners, I have great conversations, in-depth kind of things, and they're always like, why is it Northerners think we're so stupid? And that's the thing, is the stereotype you see about the South in movies and TV is all about these hillbilly backwoods people. Look, there's hillbilly backwood people in Germany. There's that in China. There's that in the North. All kinds of stuff. It's just that stereotype and that trope is very popular to use about Southerners, and it's the farthest thing from the truth. The people are not stupid here.
I mean, Simpsons probably is guilty for a lot of this with Cletus. Remember Cletus the slack jawed yokel? Brandon! But then I think Ozark has like really helped improve the Southern sort of intelligence thing, because Ruth, if anyone hasn't seen Ozark, Ruth is from the South, she's from the Ozarks, but she's super smart. But yeah, I think it is a stereotype that's starting to kind of go down a little bit.
The thing is, that leads into the third thing that'll shock you, are the Southernisms here. There are some very distinct Southern culture things here. Yes, there are some things here that are very definitely Southern, how things work, how people act, all kinds of stuff, but also how they talk. And the thing is, when you're thinking, oh, I'm making fun of these Southerners, these hillbillies, they don't know anything, and they go, oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart, you're such a wonderful person. Southerners know how to Southern you to death. They will be as nice to you because that hospitality, but when they're doing is actually insulting you because you're so off base on some things. So it is kind of funny when I'll see people talking and the Southerners will be talking, oh, bless your heart, that is so nice. And you're like, oh, believe me, if someone says bless your heart or bless their heart, that's basically saying, oh my God, these people are so stupid. Okay, so that's your Southern translation. Okay, so those Southernisms that are out there, that does kind of shock people, how people act, how they talk, you know, some of the verbiage they use. So it is kind of a funny thing. And one of those things where the Southern hospitality and the Southernism really comes out is the food. And that's the fourth thing that shocks you about the South is the food when you're here. Yes, they do fry a lot of food here. Yes, they use an extra stick of butter in a lot of things here. But you know what? It is worth it. The food here in the South is the best in the U.S. Yeah, you can have fancy restaurants anywhere, but in general, you can go anywhere. You will eat well here in the South. The biscuits, the fried chicken, the collard greens, the soul food you see, if you go to New Orleans, Louisiana, the Creole food, the Cajun food, the food here is unbelievable. And one of the things you gotta have, shrimp and grits, okay? You gotta have grits, there's like hominy, like a corn-based kind of porridge, and you put some shrimp in there, some cheese in there. Oh my God! Oh, shrimp and grits. It's fantastic. And the food here is amazing when you come here. That's why when you come, that's why when you're in the South, make sure you.
I need to get some Southern barbecue, man. I did try a Southern barbecue style place here in London called Bodine's. That was really good. So if it's all like that in the South, man, I could move. I could live there.
You ask your restaurant, ask the people you meet there, because the hospitality of the Southerners, they will tell you where you should go, and ask them, what is the thing I should really eat here? Where should I really go here? You know, Savannah's kind of famous because Paula Deen was here. They're like, yeah, Paula Deen's got her thing, Lady and Sons. But what you really want to do, if you want to have some really Southern thing, go to Mrs. Wilkes. That's the better one. And people say that, yes, it's still touristy, but you go there to those things, and you have the really traditional kind of stuff. You have the real pecan pie. You really have the amazing fried chicken. You do have all the, fried green tomatoes and all those things. The food here is unbelievable, and you'll be shocked how good it is and how much weight you might put on when you're here because, yes, they do fry the you-know-what out of a lot of things here, okay? And that leads into the fifth thing that shocks people when they come down here is when they order the food, the portion sizes. Yes, I need my sweet tea like this with my free refills coming again and again and again, but the amount of food they give you, it is insane. You can understand how people could enlarge themselves on their vacation to the South because the food is great and the portion size to go along with it really is, insane. So if you're going to be traveling here, you got kids, you can order and share with them because there's going to be a lot of food to go around. And that Southern hospitality, yeah, I'll have some rice and maybe some macaroni and cheese with it. And they're like, okay, they'll give you like a double helping and things like that. So
any Southerners that have come to the UK, were you shocked at the portion sizes that you got in restaurants here? Because I would imagine that our portion sizes are probably a lot smaller than you guys's. But I guess you kind of get used to it. Like me, I'm just used to our portion sizes. So if I was to go to the South, it'd probably be like, whoa, what am I supposed to do with all this food?
It really is, the portion sizes kind of blow your mind when you are down here. So be ready for it. Now, the sixth thing that'll shock you when you're coming down to the South is, well, one thing you need to know is you do need to drive around here to go see places. If you want to go to plantation houses or go between cities, the public transport ain't so good, okay? But, so you're going to have a car, you're going to drive around, and the driving here, it's a little frustrating. I don't know why, but I feel like in the South, everyone likes to drive in the left lane on the highway. You're like, dude, you're going slow, get in the right side. It drives you a bit nuts. But for a tourist like you and me, one of the things that's annoying about the driving part is the parking, because in the South you have a lot of these historic city centers, and of course if you got historic city centers, you're not going to tear down famous buildings to put up a car park. So it's really hard to find parking, and sometimes you're parking kind of far out. If you're going to a hotel, they have the valet, you give them the keys, they park your car someplace else, and so you're not having as much ease with that. So that is one of the things that will shock you is, oh my God, there's no parking. And when they do drive, oh my God, these people are crazy. And you will see, yes, you will see the Confederate flag sometimes on the front of their license plate, and you will see, trucks with dangly man parts on them and things like that. You do see that here, so just you see that other places too, but just be ready for the driving experience you will have here down in the South, because also in the South they like their NASCAR, their car racing, so fast driving is kind of the norm here, okay? So just be prepared for that. The seventh thing that's going to shock you about the South is the religion aspect of it. Yes, they believe in God, and their churches here are
the Bible Belt is that mostly southern states? I think it is, right?
Are amazing. If you can go to a gospel church on a Sunday and see the people singing and all kinds of stuff, it is truly an experience. When you see people come out of churches dressed up to the T's because they go to church in a respectful way, I mean, it is like, wow, they really do believe, they really put a lot into it. And you might say it's like, oh, well, it's gods and guns. That's what the South is about. Well, yes, they do believe in gods, and yes, they do believe in their guns, and you will see, gun racks in the back of the trucks and stuff like that. But the seventh thing that's going to shock you is the true religion of the South, and that is SEC football. They love college football.
College ball.
This is one of the things. Wherever you go in the South, people will have their UGA, University of Georgia stickers on their car, and in their garage they'll have University of Georgia posters, and and their kids will be wearing Georgia gear or LSU gear or Alabama and things like that. Like, this is a true religion. In religion you can say, oh, are you Methodist? Are you Catholic? Are you Protestant? Are you Baptist? Are you Muslim? Are you Jewish? Here they're like, look, you can only have one religion. And in Georgia, you are a UGA fan. You are Bulldogs all the way. Georgia Tech people, oh, we don't talk to them. I mean, it is crazy. I remember I was in Alabama. I remember I was coming into Alabama. They said, look, are you for Bama, the University of Alabama, or are you for Auburn?
Alabama.
Because you get 30 seconds when you come into state to make a decision. Either for Bama or you're for Auburn. I'm like, hey, roll tide, man, roll tide. But you got to know these things. And the people are really, really enthusiastic and crazy excited about college football down here. So if you get a chance, and it's a Saturday in the fall, and you can go to a college football game, even if you can't get to one of the big ones, it is quite the experience. It's something you definitely have to do, because people will be tailgating with beers and throwing cornhole and all kinds of crazy stuff, but they love it. And that's one of the things where you really see the passion that people have down here really comes out in their true religion of SEC football.
That's awesome. It's quite similar to here and football, as in soccer. Like, people follow their teams like to the core. Like, even me, I'm a really passionate Arsenal fan. People here, it's the same thing as football in America. Like, it is almost a religion, pretty much.
Okay? So, the eighth thing that will shock you when you come to Savannah is you're used to partying and having a great time, whether it's Mardi Gras in New Orleans or here in Savannah for St. Patrick's Day. You're used to having a good time, and a good time with liquor, whether it's a hurricane in New Orleans, or it's a Chatham Artillery Punch here in Savannah. You do have your libations. They do like to drink here, and you will have a good time with that. But the liquor laws... Dude, the South has some of the craziest liquor laws. Now, the U.S. has crazy liquor laws anyway. 21 to drink, and got to look like you're 90 to buy stuff without asking for ID. But in the South, you come up with some really good ones. For example, here in Savannah, you can walk in the street with open liquor. Most places in the U.S., you go to jail for that. New Orleans, you can walk around with a plastic cup of beer, no problem, okay? But you have other places where they have really strict liquor laws, like dry counties. That's where an actual county, it's a part of a state, actually sells no liquor. Okay, so you actually can't buy any alcohol in that state, which can be a problem if you're going to, Kentucky Lake in Kentucky and you want to have a good time. Well, you got to bring all your alcohol with you because you can't buy it in the county, which is kind of crazy. Or, we don't sell any liquor on Sundays. Or
you can't get liquor, any alcohol in an entire county. So basically, you've got to buy a cooler or get a cooler, fill it with whatever you're going to drink, and hope that that's enough for you to last while you're in that place. That's pretty nuts. Can you guys put some examples of the places that are, dry counties in the comments, just for like my information's sake? I'll probably just Google them, to be fair.
We stop liquor sales at a certain time, so just know the South has some pretty strange liquor laws out there, but it's not just the South. Anywhere in the U.S. you can find these. I just find it happens more in the South than other places. The ninth thing that will shock you when you come down to the South is the weather. I mean, there's a reason why people retire to the South and they don't retire to the North, okay? You come down here because the weather is great. I'm here in February, the dead of winter, and it's 56 degrees today, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so cold. 56.
That's crazy.
That's warm, okay? Like, I came from Illinois where it was 6.
56, that's like 15 degrees Celsius, 16 degrees Celsius, which is a fairly pleasant day. And that's like super winter. Like, that's crazy. How hot? It must get really hot in the summer then. Like, how hot does it get down south in the summer typically? We're probably talking like 105 degrees Fahrenheit plus. super hot.
degrees. Okay, I'm like, guys, this is like summer. I feel so great. The weather in the South is fantastic, okay, when you come down here. And that's what's great is you can come and visit the South all year round and have relatively decent weather. Yes, I've got a quarter zip and stuff on, but I mean, it's a cold day and this is all I have, okay? So you see these things out there and the weather is great here, but I will warn you, the shock of the weather is when you first come to the South and you go to a place like Charleston or Savannah, like on the coast where you get a lot of humidity.
He is hot. I feel your pain, man. I sweat pretty easily too.
Heat and moisture. When you get out of that airport and the humidity hits you, you're like, oh, I can't breathe.
Horrible.
That's what happened the first time I flew down to Savannah in August. I was literally like, I can't breathe when I got off the plane. It was crazy when I walked out of the airport. So that hot humidity in the summer can just be oppressive.
Yeah.
But the rest of the year, the other 10 months out of the year, you're gonna love every minute of it. Okay, so that's the 9th thing that shocks people is that weather. Okay, that can be quite a wonderful or horrifying experience. And the 10th thing that's going to shock you when you do come down here to the South is the Southern pride and the Southern style. It is a different way of life down here, and the people are proud of it. The people do dress a little nicer here and there, and they're not walking around in their yoga pants as often as you see other places. They do have that pride in how they dress, and you will see a seersucker suit here and there with people, and you will see people wearing that bow ties. But what I think is shocking in an awesome way about the South is their pride they have in their community and they have in their state. And it's not just, oh, I wear Georgia football colors because I'm from Georgia. No, the people really care about their communities, they care about their state, and they put their money where their mouth is. That pride they have shows when you look at their historic nature. I mean, as a tourist, that pride that the South has really shows in historic homes they've redone. Here.
So this is this a crawfish boil? But there's no crawfish. Is this gumbo? Oh man.
Here in Savannah is a great idea. You walk around, you see the history, you can go see the homes, the Owen Thomas house, the Mercer house, you can go to the Juliet Gordon Low where the Girl Scouts started. They have these homes you can go visit and see so much, and you see that history, and they've taken the pride in it, in their towns, and they said, like, I'm proud of where I'm from. I want to, I was born in the South, I want to die in the South. That mentality, the thing is, look, I'm always going to be here. So they put that pride into their community, they put that pride in their state, and that's something that you don't get everywhere, and it really shocks people. Like, no, I love where I live, and I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to do what I can to make it better. And that pride they have is shocking because it comes into a great way as a tourist and the historic aspects that out here and how they take care of their own people and their own community, and it's a great thing.
Sounds pretty
anyway, those
great,
are 10 things that I think might shock kind of international tourists or even American tourists when they come down.
I can't lie, man. I really want to visit the South now. Like, I'm sure there's probably, things that maybe I won't like when visiting there. Just like any place, like you're not gonna universally love every little thing about a certain place. There's gonna be little things that, like Paris, for example, if you don't speak French, it can get a little bit difficult to get around and people are really reluctant to speak English to you. But yeah, for the most part, I really liked what I saw about the South. I like the Southern hospitality thing, the portion size thing, because I eat a lot of food. I run a lot. That's how I keep myself relatively in shape. But yeah, the portion size thing, I will love that. The Southern style thing, I like people taking pride in their appearance and their community. I think it's a great thing. It makes a place more, makes me desire to be there more. And yeah, just the politeness thing too. I do think that as a society, there's been a bit of a reduction in courtesy and politeness and stuff. So to see that there's places like the South where it's encouraged for people to be polite and cordial and stuff looks great to me. And yeah, I definitely want to visit. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.